In the top left side of Dragon Skills, we are looking at the main base of our only Terran in the top 16. Played one hell of a series so far. I especially loved the first game. It's been going downhill ever since though. Let's hope that we close it out with a banger. San Diego's Platinum Heroes Vindicta. Bottom right side, we are looking at the main base of our Finnish Zerg, trying to eliminate the only Terran in this entire top 16. Some call him the tiny version of the great Iona Sutala. It is Mixu. We're not gonna call him Budget Saro because that's not nice. And we only try to say nice things here. It's just getting very popular here, Viracocha. But apparently it's very popular in the Middle East as well. I googled where we are staying and then I googled padel courts around the hotel. And apparently there's like 12 of them, so I'm very excited to go to Saudi Arabia. Mixu's way taller though. I wouldn't say Mixu's way taller. That guy basically qualifies as a midget, and I mean that in the nicest possible way. That is not an insult. That's just the height that he has. Still taller than Rainer though, but obviously everyone is. That man ain't tall. He actually has grown a lot. Mixu's getting pretty tall. I guess he's around similar height to me. Maybe a tiny bit shorter. Trying to think back of Jan Shopping or Home Story Cup. Might actually be my height. Only if it's an insult, but this was not an insult, it was an observation. And I think it's okay. Or, okay, let's just say Mixu identifies as a tiny people. Tiny people. Tiny person. No, Mixu ain't tiny. Mixu is indeed a pretty tall young man. You don't think that was better? I think that's how they call them. This Reaper, by the way, is on a rampage. Obviously, game 5 is important. It is you want to have a clean start here. Oh, you get max value out of all your units. Double kill on the Reaper. Triple kill even. That's actually pretty sick. You don't see that very often. When a Terran and a Zerg, they are very evenly matched. And so far, these two have been very evenly matched throughout the best of 5. You don't often see a Reaper just running to the other side of the map and getting 3 Zerglings. So definitely a mental advantage for Vindicta. I don't think it really means that much entering the later stages of the game. But it feels good. How tall are you, Roddy? I am 6'2" or 187. And I think Mixu is probably like 6'1", 182, something like that. I think he's a tiny bit shorter than me, but not a whole lot. So obviously I was joking because that is pretty tall. 182 is 6 feet. Yeah, I think he's around that height. Anyway, it doesn't matter. What does matter is that we have a Roachworn going down in the natural. Cuckoo is 155. And that is the truth. And very tiny biceps as well. First Hellion gets picked off. I don't know what the goal here was for Vindicta, but what is important though is that he's gonna get the scout on the Roachworn. Now, this is not an ultra early Roachworn. Oh, the snap cancel! The snap cancel! He says now he thinks I'm gonna play roaches, but I'm not playing roaches. I'm gonna drop a Baneling Nest anyway. To be fair, I really think that's better for Mixu. I think he's a better Ling Bane player than he is a Roach player. But maybe that's just because I've seen way more fun games of Mixu. I've never been the biggest fan of the Roaches and the Ravages in ZVT. Even though once in a while it delivers an absolute classic and a banger of a match. Ooh, 2 Hellions, something you have to respect, mate. You can't really clump up your drones like that. Okay, so far so good. That could have been a whole lot worse. So it's only 4 drones in the end. When you're a big boy, unlucky. How tall is Rainer? Same height as Cuckoo. 155. I don't know exactly what it is in the American sizes, but like 4 feet 10, something like that. Maybe barely 5 feet, but no taller than that. We've got 4 more Hellions trying to cruise into the third base of Mixu. He's obviously taking already a tiny bit of a beating, but it's not that bad. 4 Hellions and the Reaper, for 5 drones, 10 links. It's all very acceptable. We have got Lair. Had Bailing Speed on the way. Decided to cancel Bailing Speed there for a brief moment. And actually fires up Carapace first. Vindicta has gone for the very early cloak on these 2 Banshees. The Queens, they seem to be all over the place, but not exactly where they need to be. Now we have 2 Banshees getting on top of a single Queen in the main. That Banshee, the Queen is dead. These Banshees are going to go for it, guys. Spore Crawler moves. Makes it even easier for these Banshees. This is already much better Banshee play than we saw in Babylon, by the way. Oh, that's Reyna. Reyna is 21. He just turned 21. Reyna is 21. Clem is 21. Goblin is 21. Can you believe that it's already been 5 years since we've been following these kids? I think that's kind of crazy. When they all turned 16, I hosted an online tournament called My Sweet 16 StarCraft Party. And it was just a little round robin between Clem, Goblin, and Reyna. Now, 2 of those guys are not like the other 5 years into the future, but I'm gonna stop myself there. Reyna was the best of the 16-year-olds. But it was fun. We had some great games back then. I was already on my own stream, so we were already organizing some little tourneys back then. Do it, Taylor Swift tourney. Sure. Man, these Banshees are absolutely wreaking havoc here, guys. By far and away the most successful Banshees we've seen throughout this series. Maybe Mixu was already fuming a little because the Roach Warren got scouted so early and he was forced to switch up his strategy. This is taking a lot more damage. Can the Zerglin run by make some magic happen? Okay. No. Unfortunately, that's not really going anywhere. It looked promising, but it's not very promising in the end. Vindicta's on point, man, here in Game 5. I don't know what they did with servers, guys, if some of them was in Europe and some of it was on the American server. But Vindicta looks really clean here in Game 5. I want to say out of the 5 games, this is definitely the best Miguel we've seen. Big Mix going at it. You know, unless Mixu finds a very good engagement, he's just kind of dead and he's about to be steamrolled. Vindicta clean AF here in Game 5. No other way to put it, guys. Banshees are going to cloak one more time. We've got a tank that's unloaded from the Metavax. Going to siege up in a very dangerous spot. That's already going to make it so much harder for Mixu to get a good fight here. Our link count is so low, man. We have 26 links in production, but currently the link count is so low. The Marines are not quite sure where they want to go, but the tanks and the Banshees and the Hellbats are already bringing it home. Mixu is floating 1,000 minerals. Vindicta, holy smokes, the only Terran in the tournament is putting on a fucking clinic. Okay, a couple of Banings do finally connect with the Marines, but I think it's a little too late already for Mixu. He's just running out of steam. It is so hard once the Terran gets such a good setup in the middle of all your bases. I'm in awe. This has been a beautiful, stunning, sensational Game 5 by Vindicta. It feels that Mixu can only sit there and look at it and perhaps give a little round of applause to the only Terran that has made it into this tournament. And it's obviously going to be the only Terran to make it into the quarterfinals. GG, just like that, baby. What a game. What a Game 5 by Mixu. Lost 2,700 resources and killed 8.3k.